Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a Certified Zentangle Teacher, or CZT. And today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Voxter from CZT Carole Ohl. Now this is a neat tangle. And for those of you that, because I know that I've had several people, both on here and on Facebook, that comment about, straight lines, this and that. On Carole's blog, where she introduced this tangle, she says, the wonkier the better. so there we go. So those of you, if you worry about, not being able to draw orbs, good, there are absolutely no worries here. And as I was doing the step out, I'm like, yeah, of course, when I say, yeah, don't worry about it, then, oh, wow, look at these, look amazing. Go figure. All right, so this starts off with an orb, and however, wherever you want to place it on your work, whether it's a tile and you're just doing a monotangle and that's all you're doing, or you're filling in a section or whatever. So just an orb, and then we're gonna aura the orb. So that means, of course, to go around. So it's like we're making a donut, and then you're going to keep doing that until you fill up the space that you need to fill. And again, don't worry about, and I'm going to just kind of take it off the page here as I need to. And yeah, so this will be just a complete monotangle. So no border, no anything. All right, and next step. And I will put a link to Carole's blog in the description section, along with my step outs for this, just so that way, yes, you can read for yourself. Now, after doing these, we'll call them nested orbs, then it's a matter of straight lines. So starting at this inner orb, I'm going to draw lines. I'm going to kind of just come out like at an angle, and there's no rhyme or reason for this. Kind of like spokes on a bike, or, like an iris or something. And as you do it, then you'll kind of decide, I think after you complete, because as I found this, it's like, oh, well, I could maybe do more, or I could do less of these, because this is what starts the process. Okay, so in the second ring, we have, ding ding, we're going to, each of these, it's going to be like a zigzag coming out, but taking each ring at a time, and I'm trying to, okay, so if I'm looking at this, so if I'm having it go one way, so I'm just going to draw it angled the opposite way. So this is going to the right, now I'm making it go to the left. And doing it one ring at a time. And so we're going to go in that same direction. And you want to have, so I'm looking at each, I didn't finish my sentence, did I? No, I didn't. I'm looking at each straight line, and then working so that way I'm making it, kind of like a V. So this is, this is the zig, and then this one is the zag. And I'm not worried about, what I've done before. I just want to make sure that, that I have this angle here from that, this initial line. Like so. And then we're going to do it again. So now, what do I say? This was a zig, this is a zag, now we're back to zigging. So, and starting wherever. And the same thing, this is easier to see because they're further apart. So I'm looking at this angle, and I want to make an angle like so. So again, so it's like a zigzag. And so that's why I'm kind of taking each one individually, because they're not necessarily all going to be at the same angle. And this is just my take on how to do hers, to do this. Because as I was, actually she just has a step out, as you'll see. And then reading in the comments kind of gives you some insight as well. And that's where I think it's, somebody had commented about her orbs not being great, and she's like, well, look at the step out. The wonkier the better. And I love that. All right, so again, rinse and repeat. We're on zags again, if I'm keeping track. And again, just watch, thinking on each line independently, so that way I get, a nice angle off of each one. So yeah, so it's not like we're auraing anything. We just want to have that nice angle. And of course, you get to decide, what is that angle. And then I'm going to do this last bit. Like I said, and then, going the opposite direction. The little one there. And let's see. That will barely have one. This will also barely have one. And then I think, it's right here. This one will go the opposite direction. And there we have it. And it's, it's just kind of neat how, from this, which is so concentrated, it just ends up in these paths of these zigzags. Now, I am thinking of several ways that you could have fun with this as far as shading goes. And we could probably combine a couple. So let's play. So I'm going to take my pencil and I'm putting some graphite on each ring line. And then we'll smudge it out with the tortillon. And I think I had mentioned, I do like this woodless graphite pencil, but it seems it's not as, and for this it'll be great. If I want something darker, a lot of times I will move, off the screen there, get on there, Heather. I will move to the, I have some little golf, just regular number 2 pencils. I have some Zentangle branded ones, but I save those for live classes. Versus on here. And okay, then this little section here. All right, now I'm going to be careful with the smudging out because I don't want it to go too far, because I don't necessarily have that much room in between. Might as well do that while I'm here. And in order for the shading to be effective, you have to have some original tile color. And I say original tile color because you might be working on a pink piece of paper, or or any other type of if it's a Zentangle original tile, that we've got essentially 4 colors to choose from. But you might be working on something else, and so that's why I mention it, because whatever color it is, you have to have some of that available in order to get the effect. And like I said, I'm just kind of doing a pushing motion instead of a circular motion, because I want to it's still spreading it out, as you can see. And, but I don't want it to go too far. And then right here, even less, just because it's so small. Oh, and I might I might fill in that center. Just because. And then I'm going to just smooth that out, and then it'll go out a little bit. Ooh, so that looks neat, doesn't it? It really does. It makes each section kind of rounded, and yeah, and just neat. Then, so I'm looking at it in the camera. I'm almost thinking might be able to have fun. Well, you know what? Let's just try. I was thinking you could shade in like alternate sections, or you could do that with colors if you wanted to. But I think I want to. It's like you don't want to do. If I do too much, even if it makes that too dark in there, it still sinks it into the bottom. Let's just try this. We'll try 2, and then we'll see what happens. Well, and then I say that, and it's like, well, once I've tried 2, I might as well do the whole thing. So I'm gonna, same idea. Ooh. Oh, that's kind of neat. Okay, I'm gonna continue. So I'm doing the same concept. I'm just going over the lines with the graphite pencil. And then doing the same thing that he did going around the circles, which just pushing it a little bit. So that way it would then spread the graphite to either side of the line. Ideally it would be equally, but you know, it's close. And let's see what this looks like. But yeah, like I mentioned, I mean, I could totally see maybe coloring in each of, you know, or every other section, looking at it as the zigzags. Okay, where did I start? Right there. And so this can have another neat effect. And same thing kind of goes, although as far as having, you know, the original paper color show, but as it's darker in the center, that also adds some dimension, so that way it's sinking down further as it's getting darker. And then obviously and I didn't really work to make the rings bigger as I went out, and that's something, you know, that if you wanted to do that, you could certainly do that. Could do that as well as you know, kind of make it a little off center and have fun with it that way. What else? Oh, I think I made it all the way around. So that kind of looks really cool. It looks like it just looks fractured, and a fractured vortex. Just kind of neat. But lots of options for this one, just because of the way these zigzags come out. And like I said, you know, you could add something. I could have even just shaded in some of them, and that could be neat as well. But I kind of like this. So with that, I hope I gave you some extra ideas. And here I thought this was going to be like extra quick because it, you know, it's not that complicated of a tangle, but we spent a lot of time having fun with shading. So if you enjoyed this video, would love to have a thumbs up. If you like it enough to see more, would love to have you subscribe. And once you hit the subscribe button, feel free to hit the notification bell, which is right next to it, so that way you can decide how you want to be notified of new videos, or if you don't at all. It's all right there. And with that, I wish you happy tangling.